Hi there, and welcome to a Race Advisor video. A few years ago I made a video showing how to analyse a race in just 3 minutes, and I thought it was about time that I remade that video, improved on it and made it better. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to analyse a race and find a winner in just 5 minutes. I have increased the time slightly, and that's so we can go in a little bit more depth. But you can do this in the 5 minutes leading up to a race. And that's the aim of this. It's meant to be a very quick, very fast approach to form reading in order to find some possible contenders that you may want to bet on. So I've got a stopwatch up here on the screen, and we're going to use that to count us down. And we're going to be looking at the 12:30 race at Southall, which goes off in just 8 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to start the countdown, and then we're going to get into how we're going to analyse this race. Right, so now the countdown has started. I've got the Racing Post website open, and I've also got Betfair open on that race as well. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is to sort the card by odds. I've got the best odds available on the Racing Post, and we want to start by looking at the race conditions. So we can see that this is a handicap race, Class 6, with £2,000 going to the winner. There are 7 runners, and it's raced over 1 mile on the all-weather standard at Southall. Okay, so that's some quite important information that we've already found out there, because we're going to be looking immediately for horses that have shown they can run over similar conditions. Those are the horses we're most interested in. So we've got to start by narrowing the field down immediately, and this is a field of 7, which is a good number. So we're going to take the first top half of the field, so that's 4 in this case. I'm going to do 3 plus 1 because we can't do 3.5, so I'm going to take the 3 plus 1. So we're going to look at the top 4 runners, which are Bonnie Fairy, Colombian Roulette, It's All a Game, and Water for Life. Now, were any of these runners to be over odds of 20, I would remove them from contention. They're not, so that's fine. We're just going to continue and look at all of them. Now, obviously, weight is an issue. This is a handicap race, and we can see straight away Water for Life is carrying 9 stone 7 pounds there, which is quite a lot compared to the other runners in this race that we're looking at, who are 9-2 and 9-1. Okay. We can see that Bonnie Fairy is a course and distance winner, and Colombian Roulette is a beaten favourite. So we've already got a picture here. Bonnie Fairy is a course and distance winner at a lower weight. Water for Life is at quite a high weight comparatively compared to the other runners. Also higher odds. We can see Water for Life has not won a race recently, and placed in last season 4 races ago. It's All a Game placed just 2 races ago. Colombian Roulette placed last time, and Bonnie Fairy won last time. So we can already see Water for Life is possibly not looking to be the best runner for us here. There is nothing to be concerned about in the days since last run. They're all within a reasonable time frame. Okay, so we've got a good already outline of shape of what we're thinking with the horses. If we look at the time, we've got just 2 minutes left now, so let's dig into these horses. So I'm going to open Bonnie Fairy, and we can see straight away the last race was at Southall, 8 furlongs, so just over the mile there, over standard, a lower class handicap with a weight of 8.2, so there's been an increase in weight there, but won by 1 length. Which is a good thing. Official rating of 45. Today's official rating is 49. Over this distance, that weight will make a small difference, but not a huge amount. So we like this horse's chances. It's looking strong. so far. Colombian Roulette. Let's take a quick look at Colombian Roulette. Now, 9 furlongs, longer than today's race, at a weaker race as well, but the same level of race as Boniferri, 1,000, but a lower weight again, came second. At Wolverhampton, longer distance, came second. Based on these down here, it doesn't like soft ground. It's quite hard to say whether it likes a shorter distance, but probably not as strong as Boniferri. So at the moment we prefer Boniferri, who is a closer distance, performed better, and on the same track as today. Okay, then we open It's All a Game. Looking down quickly, we can see that the wins from here have come over a 6 furlong on good ground, which is good. The places have been on 6 furlongs. There was a place at Wolverhampton on standard over a longer distance. It may have performed better if that distance was shorter. We think this horse, briefly at the quick glance we've had, may perform better over the shorter distances. So today could even be a touch too long for it. Possibly a good contender though, placed recently over a similar class as today, and at 8.12 the increase is smaller than the others. So in fact we probably prefer this horse slightly to Boniferri, but not as much as Colombian Roulette. And then finally, Water for Life. We're taking a quick glance here. We can see and there is our timer. We've just run the 5 minutes there, so I'm going to run over by just 30 seconds here. We've got Kempton, 8 furlongs, standard, very poor performance there. The last good performance was on Yarmouth, over 7 furlongs, good to firm, a lower class, a significantly lower weight, so this horse isn't going to be for us. So what we've seen there is that we don't like Water for Life very much. It's All a Game we prefer over Colombian Roulette. Colombian Roulette is now the shortest in the race, but we don't like this horse quite so much as Boniferri, who won last race as a course distance winner and looks to have a strong chance. So for us it's Boniferri or It's All a Game. Okay, and looking at the odds, we could bet Boniferri in the win market, and It's All a Game has potential as an each way or place at those odds. So I'm going to move over now. It's just gone 1/2 and we're going to look at the race and see how the results pan out. Okay, so Betfair's web interface actually froze during that race, but we can see here that the Southall 12:30 is finished now, and It's All a Game won. It's All a Game was our one of our top 2 possibilities over here on the card. It was this runner here that we said at the current odds could possibly be bet each way. So in that race, we narrowed it down to just 2 possible runners, one of which won. So you can see there is a process there of how you can find selections very quickly using basic form reading, approach and knowledge. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm looking forward to sharing another video with you very shortly.